Good afternoon. It's day 21 of Safety 365, and I'm going to cover the OSHA National Emphasis Programs. They can be found under the Enforcement tab in OSHA.gov, under Directives, under NEP, which means National Emphasis Programs. And we can see right off the bat, Combustible Dust is the first one in alphabetical order. They go out and inspect so much in Illinois. They're going to probably be doing 20 dust inspections across the state. Most of these will be triggered by a phone call, so that means if an employee complains that it's too dusty, that might be a reason that OSHA comes out. The coronavirus COVID emphasis program is for those that are going to be triggered by a COVID issue or multiple cases of exposure, sometimes by the media, sometimes by employer call-ins. But Supreme Court gave an OSHA a loss on this, and so I don't think we're going to see too many on-site inspections. Most of this will probably be done through the phone calls. Hazardous machinery, holy smokes, everybody's got a saw. Do you have a slicer, a slitter, a press brake, a punch press, a shear? Wow, these are different examples. Now, this is different from the Amputate program, but they will go and inspect amputations, of which, OSHA, federal OSHA out of 25 states gets about 6,000 called in, and they're going to do about 3,500 of those. Hexavalent Chromium is when you're going to weld on stainless steel, and that is an emphasis program. It causes cancer. It's very hard to comply with. I've only had a couple companies that I've worked with that have complied with it, but otherwise, most of the time, people aren't doing the sampling, and that's going to be in trouble, and you have to think about maybe getting the state consultation come in and do it for you free. Lead emphasis program, they're going to usually go out to the bridge jobs and see that because DOT gives the companies a lot of times the information. And then the primary metal industries, this is something where the has a lot of hazards in it. The industry, if you think about the foundries and the steel mills, have a lot of big sites, a lot of sites with molten metal and fall hazards and hazards like carbon monoxide and confined space. So they're in that industry because they have a high amount of violations in there. And process safety management, OSHA will come and do several of these in a state. Illinois will probably do like at least 8, 10. And that is often triggered because they're there for something else. One of the companies I worked with had a fire, made the news. They came in to deal with the fire issue and then found out, oh, you're under process safety management because you have 10,000 pounds of flammables in the program. And that triggered a PSM inspection, which they were ready for. But, it's still going to be several weeks of OSHA on site. Shipbreaking is for those that are doing work out on the East Coast or West Coast where they're taking apart ships. So in the Midwest, we're not going to see it. Crystalline silica, everybody's watching it. They have the emphasis program out for several years. It's whether they're going to come out on a call or they're going to go out and make a phone call. So if they come out, they're going to ask you some tough questions. Do you have a silica program in writing? Have you trained people in the hazards of silica? Do you have a silica competent person? Are you using wet methods? And have you done any medical evaluation if you're working with silica more than 30 days a year? Wow. And then the oldest, trenching and excavation. They're going to do hundreds of these across the country. And 50% will probably do it right, but you want to be in that position. 3 things. Cave-in protection, spoil pile at the edge, competent person inspects it every day for hazards, and a ladder within 25 feet. That's what they're going to look for. And if you don't have those, you're going to be in trouble. That concludes a lot of information, but these are good programs to know about, and hopefully you have a good, safe week.